What's up, guys?
Uh-oh.
It's Mike Thurston.
Oh, snap.
We're in Benoot's gym, Dubai, and this is the first time we've actually met. I've obviously known Kai
No, that's not true. I met you. We met.
a couple of days ago.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. We were here.
Briefly.
He walked in, and when he walked in, he had the sunglasses on, and all of a sudden, I could hear the women in the room. Real talk, I'm excited about this. We're going to do some arms today. How do you feel about that?
I feel good. It's going to be an absolute honor training with you. I know I'm going to be put to my absolute limits with some very heavy training, so I'm looking forward to it.
I hope I don't disappoint you, but it won't be it won't be too crazy. I assure you, I really do want to have a good time with you, and I think that hopefully we'll be able to give something of wisdom to the fans and the people at home that get a chance to check this out and maybe check something off on their notebook and list of things to do to improve themselves on their journey with arm training.
Yeah, man.
Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
All right. On that note, we're about to do it. Stay tuned.
Okay, so we're going to do a superset, apparently.
Nice.
Overhead tricep extension with some push-ups.
3, 4, 5, 6.
How's the form, Kai?
8. This form is awesome. I'm surprised you actually started with this. I would have done the push-up first.
Is that right? It's not how you want to-
Yeah, I'm looking at your elbows, bro. Your elbows look delicious and youthful.
What's this?
Man, you know what?
Which is
On the floor.
On the floor.
Don't be scared. You're going to get down on the floor. Nice. There you go. 1. Come on. 2. That's right. 3. Pretty. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Let's stop at 20. 11. 12. Nice. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. That's what's up. I like that. I'm gonna follow you in same way, right? I think we should do like 4 sets.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Okay. Keep these elbows up. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go a little heavy on the next 3. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. Brother, I saw them elbows.
They're nice.
I saw them elbows. This is one part of the exercise that you can't fool. This is like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18, 20. And I shouldn't be able to, obviously, as the weight reaches a certain. If we're going to do 5, suppose, if we did 4 sets, this to me was a good way to check my elbows and start to warm up.
Does it feel good?
My elbows actually do feel better. It's just that, brother.
Good.
Mike.
Do you know what weight you're going to try and aim to work
So
with?
here's the thing. We don't have to be too crazy with the weight. But we do want to go up progressively. I don't know exactly what that was.
That was 20.
Wait, it was a. Oh, okay. So yeah, we got to go up, brother.
Yeah.
That was about 40 pounds. 40 pounds.
30?
There you go. 40. Let's still be progressive. Let's think about 15 reps. 2. Let's go. 3, 4, 5. Nice. 6, 7, 8, Nice. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good job. Good job. Let's get it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Swelling triceps. 5. Let's go. 6. Swelling triceps up. Let's go. 7, 8. Nice. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's go. Good job. All right, now with these push-ups, we want to stay at 20. Yes? Push-ups, we want to stay at 20.
On the
But as we progressively go up with the resistance here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if you're also tuning at home, right, believe it or not, your triceps actually cross your shoulder joint. So at the top of this movement, there's a contraction that occurs at the top of the head of that tricep that actually speaks about the relationship between the tricep and the shoulder. So as I lower this weight, I almost want to let my elbows pull back just a bit and contract that tricep at the top of that. All right?
Easy.
Oh, no. Well, you know what? It's always easy. Always easy, right? I got shit in my pocket. Hold on.
You got all your goodies in there.
Too many goodies.
Couple of packs of pre-workout.
Wait a minute. That's not a plug, I swear. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 18.
Gonna be lots of volume today.
20. All right.
You hit the 20?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Here's the thing. I'm not trying to question whether or not I can get to 20. And I'm not trying to compete with you. And more importantly, we're not trying to impress the camera now, right? That training thing now.
I'm trying to impress you though.
No, you ain't got to do that. I'm telling you, I'm about to, I got issues with my girl at home. You done messed up. You done messed up. Nah. We got more influence going on in a little bit here. But like this training thing, you know, thinking about my tricep, thinking about activating the tricep and making it respond. I want my triceps to grow. I'm not here just to play around, to maybe show some content, but this is the time to have that conversation with yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though we get a chance to exchange personalities and stuff and work, but there's a moment where as we're doing this work is all about that self-development, that self-improvement component. You know, I want to improve my triceps. I want to be able to take off my shirt and feel comfortable within my own skin.
I think a lot of people come to the gym and they're not thinking about that. They're not thinking about why they're there. That's the problem. They need to be in the zone thinking about, okay, why are you in the gym? What is the purpose of you being here? You have a limited period of time here, so let's make it count.
That's right.
Let's get inside the muscle.
Yeah. Yes.
Zone out about everything else that's going on in your life. Clear head. Get it done.
And let's go. Let's go. You're set. 2. Let's rock. Feel this. 3. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 5. 6. Control. 7. Let's go. 8. Let's go. 9. 10. Let's go. 11. Again. Let's go. 12. Good job. Good job. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Nice. Nice. Yes, yes. Beautiful. Okay. Again. Elbows up, chest up. Bring your back. Stretch. There's that stretch. 1, contract there. 2, 3, 4. It's funny because I can almost feel the bottom of this thing there. It pulls me. I want to feel it pull me. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Nice.
Oh, yep. Boom. Oh, shit. Sorry, brother.
Sorry.
Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. In order to get into the right pathway to even start to work, we weren't sweating, we weren't breathing heavy, we weren't even, our muscles weren't even online yet.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't count that. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's not until you really are warmed, primed, and ready to start working. Sometimes we can start counting that as a working set.
Yeah.
You know, in this case, the way I feel right now, I can feel my body alive. I can feel the exercises that we just did, those 2 exercises. As I'm standing here talking to you, I can still feel it pulsing inside. So there's a conversation that I also feel like I'm having with my body, in myself right now. And with those feelings, I've learned to identify it as a checklist of saying, yeah, man, we're doing the right thing. This is where we are. Where do you feel this exercise? What does it feel like? Is it working? Is it where you want to feel it? Yeah. Okay, let's do another set. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at now. How do you feel?
I feel like the back of my arm is doubled in size. I can feel my pulse.
The back of my arm is doubled in size. 1, 2, let's go. 3, slow it up. Come on. 4, 5, let's go. 6, again. 7, drive, let's go. 8, yep. 9, okay. And up. 10, good. Good. That's right. Good, brother. Excellent. 1, 2, 3, let's go. 4, good job. 5, 6, 7, let's go. 8, nice. Come on. Nice. 11, 12, 13, fight for it. Good job. You know, expose the muscles to a greater amount of resistance than that in the theory of the application of progressive resistance to overload. I think it would make sense, but not for like 20 reps, 15 reps. We just did.
That was 40.
Here's the thing. People at home don't know how much weight this work. You know what I mean? There's somebody that's watching and living vicariously through what they see us do, and their imagination will fill in the gap. You know what I'm saying? And we don't say what it is. I think that was like 175, that dumbbell right there, brother. It was absolutely impeccable what you just did. I just want to let you know that. I can sit here and actually really work to open up my shoulder and activate my tricep. I could also sit here once that resistance is on me, and when the contractions happen, by trying to keep my elbows in, I can force work to happen on my tricep internally. That becomes a different conversation than if I have more weight and I'm trying not to just to move the weight, so my elbows, instead of here, they're here like this, and instead of being up and open, I start closing in a little bit and shortening my movement just to move the weight. a lot of times maybe the camera won't see that. But right now, what I want to do is I really want to open up my tricep. Particularly, when I say that, I'm talking particularly from here.
Yeah.
I want to make
stretch.
this activation sit. So there's like, I'm doing this with my arm, with my elbow placement while I'm doing this set. And if I have a lot of resistance on there are those subtle tweaks that I'm not able to do the same way because I don't want to tear something. And unconsciously, you're aware of that. So your movements do become more mechanically, you'll adapt. You'll make these changes in the application of what you're doing to accommodate being able to move more weight, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But if I do that, I'm going to take away from what I'm really trying to do with this set. So I'm going to show you this again. Because I really like the way this feels. See that? That's just open and up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm in control of this. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now even when I make the grimace on my face, 10. It's still an effort to contract the muscles. 13, 14, 15. I'm able to do this without fear of tearing something. And this is actual failure. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Bro, can you give me water? Water. Big water. Go on! And failure has been achieved.
Yes. Now I can cheat it.
Who is, if you could go and train with anyone in their prime, past or present, who would it be?
It depends. There's a guy I look up to a lot. His name is Dexter Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
He spent more than 3 decades competing on the pro stage when it was really something to actually get there in the first place. To recently, it was like just after COVID that I believe he actually retired. But if you look at like the continuum of his competitive professional bodybuilding career, he's gotten a chance to develop his awareness of skills that you would have to have in order to have the kind of longevity that he's had, not only with his training, but with everything that comes along with that. And he's navigated it successfully well, just very, very well.
Because most have to give up due to injury.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to my knowledge, I've never seen him suffer to sustain very dramatic injuries, at least in front of the camera. Another guy, Milo Sarchev.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, man, I mean, if you get a chance to look at like the competitive history, like the numbers are amazing. This dude had done more than 100 pro competitive outings in his career when he was still going. There was a time when athletes, we live in a day and age now where athletes turn pro, their first or second show. 3 shows in, they turn pro. He came up at a time where you had to put 10 years into the bank just to develop the prerequisite base muscle to even know if you had anything to even get started in the game at competing at a very, very high level. So guys that have been able to do that, and they're still fucking healthy.
Yeah.
Healthy. Like, I don't believe that you have to give up the idea of health to do this experience, this training, or to live the lifestyle that is bodybuilding. To subscribe to the idea of being able to develop yourself from where you are to a place of larger improvement that you realize not only with just your physical health, your look, but then also every other part of your life, your financial development, your spiritual development. And I think at the root of this whole thing is self-development. 1, 5, 6. Let's go. Come on. 7. Yep. Again. 8. All you. 9. Yep. 10. Good. 11. Go for it. Good job. 4. Let's go. 5, 6, 7. Come on, Mike. Let's go. 8. Let's get it. 9. 10. 11. 12. Nice. 14. 15.
Yes.
One of the biggest differences that I understood in the development of my career as an athlete was show day is important, you know? The race is not said to be given to the swift or to the strong, but to the person that's able to endure, right? My job as an athlete was to be ready on show day, right? And it was important for me to understand that, right? And I realized a lot of times young bodybuilding and athletic enthusiasts will come to the table and start this game and say, you know what? I'd love to be able to train or take command of my life in that specific way, but I'm gonna have to wait until one day when I get ready, one day when I'm in shape, one day when so they put it off into the future. I learned that in this sport, part of my process of getting ready was to understand that when I get started, I'm not expected to look like I'm gonna look on the other side of this experience. The other end of this process of preparation, I expect to look a specific way. It will speak of effort, concentration, application of time and work that technically right now in the present tense, my physique does not reflect. And that's the beautiful thing about this experience. You can start it from wherever you are. As hopelessly as you may feel you are out of control of your life, you get me? As fat, as out of shape as I can be in the present tense. And I say in this moment, I want to be better. I aspire to be better. And I say better waits over there for me, but I'm not there now, right? But now what I can do now is put on my clothes and get ready to do this work and commit myself to going through this process of working. And even though I look up and see over there where I want to be, if I look in the mirror and see that I ain't there yet, I don't have to get depressed and give up, you know. I can recognize that over there waits for me if I'm able to do this work now. And I'm able to turn back around and just keep on doing a little bit more of that work. And if I look up again and I see over there, damn, life is gonna be so much better for me when I get there. But if I look in the mirror and I see right now, I ain't there yet. I'm able to because I can still do this work. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Eventually, when I've done up enough work and I'm on this side of it, my confidence and my ability to know that I own this moment belongs to me, you know, and the world may see me then and say, oh, you must have great genetics. You must have great. Truth is, no, I know that this version of me is a product of doing this work. You get me? So this was one of the better things that I was able to afford myself, was because by putting this on, I understood that I don't need to look like what that's going to be, but I can do this work now, and I can focus on doing this work. You know what I mean? Because I've been able to do that, I found that what I was able to create awaiting for me on the other side of that would be a reflection of all the stuff that we would say, I really want. I've also learned that it's not permanent, but that's another story. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 11. Shit. Yep. That's right. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Let's go. 1, fuck it. 2, let's go. 3, fuck it. 4, 5, 7. Come on, let's go. Let's get it. Yep. Come on. 1, 2, 3. 6. Shit.
Your form was still really good throughout though. I was like doing that. I was looking over. You were still doing that.
This is though, but again, somebody might expect, hey, you're a guy. I expect the expectation. I should see you do 100-pound dumbbells for reps of 20, sets of 20 in it, and you should make it look like that. And yeah, that's not my reality.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, more importantly, for me to train and to get a great result, sometimes part of doing that is being able to let go of unrealistic expectations and identify what is it worth it to me to do my best right now. That competition, if there is one, really isn't. It's really you and you.
Yeah.
You get me? We have an opportunity to train together today in this moment, and maybe as we do that, we exchange some ideas. We're constantly taking in information. Even
Are you at a point now where you're still you're willing to learn and you're actually changing the way you train? Or do you sort of have your approach and it's quite difficult to move away from the way you've always trained?
There are times when that's true, but
Because I feel like if I was to try and correct your technique or tell you to do something different, I feel like you'd be like, no.
it depends.
Because this is, you can't argue with the physique that you've built. Clearly what you've been doing it's working.
So, to be honest, yeah, I have to be ready to take in new information that may not be something that I can see applies to me now, but
Maybe later.
to step away from it later on and have a chance to come back to it. They say when a student is ready, the teacher will appear, And the truth is, in this game of personal development, there's always,
It's never ending.
yeah. And sometimes even the information that you may have to shoot down today, like you map out a business strategy for yourself that will require certain levels of investment in your concentration, time, and attention. And let's say you have a loved one that's on the sideline saying, well, hey, look, I need more time, and it's like, I love you, but I can only afford to give you this much time in my time bank because I still have to allocate some of my concentration resource for that.
Yeah.
The person may say, well, I think you should do it another way. You should be available to listen and take my advice. And though that advice may actually be very valuable and valid to be implemented at another time, at this time, this may take the priority, because, once you start investing resources, sometimes money and things, I have only 6 weeks that I have to be able to go really hard at this in order to make this profitable enough, which will allow me to be able to set up the time bank to be able to do those other things that you say and that I would like to experience with you. So I'm just saying to say that there are times when, yes, and other times we just have to be very stubborn. You know what I mean? But when it's happening, you may not know. You know, and to the people that are advising you, they may not know as well. You know, it's like, well, he'll never get it, and they may walk away. You know, or they may just give up saying it to you, and if they're willing to work with you or love you or whatever, they'll just kind of wait, hoping that you'll come to a better conclusion at some point. But you, at that time, truth is, you may have to do this, and because you're continuing to advance and looking to develop, at another time that will probably be something that you have. Oh yeah, this is okay. I've got the 6 weeks already invested. I did what I was supposed to do when I was there. I prioritized my efforts like I was supposed to there, and now I'm available. So yeah, to answer your question, yes. You know, I don't think it's ever really a no. Sometimes even a no in the moment is really just a temporary. You know what I mean? Because it's something that's necessary while I'm prioritizing. Because I think we still are making a priority of the things that we may believe are very important to do at the time that we're working. Because we still have more things to do even today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have a very important podcast to do, and that's important. You know what I mean? At some point, as cool as this may be, you know what I mean?
Oh no, this is cool though.
You know, that has to end. We only have a certain amount of time in the time bank. You know what I mean? But because in this moment, it didn't look like, hey, well, I'm ready to make this the next thing that I do all day for the next 15 years. Doesn't mean though that the no now means it's a forever no. It means that, thank you. I'm willing to appreciate that. I'll put this on my shelf, and now when I need it later, this may be something that I can come back to. You know, but I'm saying this to say that I think it's always important to take in that information, because later on, you're going to have the luxury of being able to pick and choose for yourself. And when you do that, what are the next set of strategies or principles or concepts that you can, pull from when continuing the game of improving yourself. You have to be, a lot of people call it a bicep shot, but what you have to be able to do is not just flex your bicep.
Tricep.
You have to be able to flex your tricep, right? And be conscious enough to make that tilt. So when I look, I'm able to see, so if I take a piece of tape here and I put a point here, I want to create the illusion that creates the most distance between these 2 points. So, and that arm is up. So there. So here, when you flex your tricep, this flexion on your tricep from doing those takes this down. It pulls it down. It pulls it down. So it stretches the circumference of your entire arm by developing the long head of your tricep, right?
So this helps with the development,
yes,
but also the contraction.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the ability to put that arm up and simultaneously not only flex your bicep, but also your tricep equally.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, even pro bodybuilders alike, that will spend all this time developing all this muscle, right?
But they can't pose for shit.
Can't pose for shit. And then when they put their arm up, they'll flex their bicep intensely, and then their bottom head of their tricep will look flat or just like it. And the truth is, they don't even have the contractile neurological awareness.
The ability to do that.
And then, so what I found, the answer to the question you just asked me, it was one thing to do dips. It was one thing to do a bunch of movements to develop my tricep. But when I started doing reverse tricep extensions, that's what triceps are. They're extension muscles. They open up your elbow joint. When I started doing them, it not only helped me develop my tricep, the inner head, but it also allowed me the ability to be able to become more neurologically aware of it. And not like this, because this feels like I'm gonna hurt myself, right? But damn, what the fuck? Yo, son, what am I doing? What is this shit? All right.
It's a weird stuff.
Lord, check me out. Elbows together, almost as if I take something around my elbows and try to keep my elbows in. Right?
Are you doing that to maximize the range of motion?
Breathe. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 13, 14, 18, 19, 20. Do the set. Tell me how you feel. Try to keep your elbows together. Yes. Move this forward. Yeah, there you go. Flex. 2. Flex this. 3, 4. Flex your tricep. Let's go. 5. Flex that like you're on stage. Let's go. 6. Let's go. 7. 8. 9. Flex it. Yes. 10. 11. Let's go. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. Right. All right. Down. And now when I'm down, I flex
Was this with the rope?
across my. Yeah, but because it's not the rope, it minimizes this movement. But what it does do,
You can shift more weight doing it like that.
so it's different than if I were to do this, because this I would hit my lateral head. But once I've done this, there's an activation that I can't get away from that really speaks to the fuller expression of what I've just explained to you with that front little bicep shot. And what happens is when I turn it over, I'm able to just force a lot of blood into my tricep and the opposing head, and I'm great. I'm also activating my upper chest, So there's a command activation that I'm aware of that it allows me to complete my dips, activating the top of my chest, thinking about the contraction of the awareness of my front delt. But this is tricep, so it almost sounds crazy to explain. But you got 20, and you got 20.
Yeah.
You got 20, you got 20. You do 3 sets of that, I swear you walk away and you stand in the mirror, and there's these associations that you're able to feel. You're able to see where you as a sculptor start putting things together. And it's like, oh, so when I do, oh, that's that. And it's like, okay, so when I put my arm up, that sweep. Oh, so when I'm here, my elbows are forward. Oh, it's a dance that you have to do, like as a developing athlete of your craft. I want to be a professional bodybuilder. For me, training was like this experience it was everything. You know what I mean? I know as businessmen and as, later on in my life now, it's almost part of this thing that doesn't make sense anymore. It's almost like, well, what are you going to do with that information, And if you can't articulate it, then it's even more damning for you, you know. But I default back to that in order to try to answer the question you just asked me, because this is technically one exercise, even though it's two attempts at this movement. They're 2 different movements. But in time, what that did was it started to be the thing that helped me literally sculpt my arm, to become the award-winning experience that.
Is that something you figured it out for yourself? Or did someone say, hey, you should try this?
Yeah, because if I look at the book, a lot of times the explanation in the book is just, it's almost like putting together I don't know if people are a visual learner. You ever try to put together a system and it's like, you read the directions and it's like, oh man, this sounds like another language. But hey, let me look at this and I can see where this part goes with that part, and pass me that wrench, and it's like, okay, I'm an artist too.
It's only something you can feel.
Yeah. I believe sculpting your physique really is that. The person that has a body part that's missing, a lot of times it only looks like it's missing because it's understimulated, underactivated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is why, like, when you want to start to develop that, even like you see people in rehab, they they address it by just really bombarding that area with a lot of stimulation. Through that, we were able to develop awareness and then new pathways of being able to get information, to feel it, connect with it, and then use it more effectively. That now, through that activation, we're able to stimulate development. You know what I mean? So yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
All right.
That's why I never take too much. I would listen to what the experts say, but if they don't have the physique to match or back up what they're saying, then I'm like, okay, maybe I'll listen to somebody else as well and see what they have to say.
There's room for it because there's room. There's different. I've seen different sources have a piece of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's just a piece. Yeah. You know. So the guy that I would meet, that I'd see in the social media influencer, that's a big guy. You know, and I'd look up to and kind of listen to what he says. You know, when it comes to training, and if that guy's telling me that, well, hey, it's all about drugs and genetics, it's like, oh well, he's somebody I'm looking up to, and if he looks like he knows, at least I believe that he knows, and if he's saying it to me, then I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe I don't know if I have the genetics, maybe I don't have the genetics because it's hard for me, and then maybe, you know, I don't know about drugs, so then technically drugs and genetics, wow, that's just now taking this realm of possibility and removed it, or just removed me from the equation altogether. Yeah. And the truth is, that's bullshit. That's a lie. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's a lie. It's not about drugs and genetics. You know, there's something to be said for having goals and being able to deliberately work in a specific way every day, you know, as I am supposed to, even if I didn't know how, starting with the desire and working towards that conclusion. Ultimately, I'm gonna make some mistakes, but if I really want to get there with enough time and enough work, you know, I can. And this experience is all about recognizing your ability to make improvements. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I can improve. I don't have to necessarily be the greatest arm development of all time. Even in the best of my career, there still were guys that had amazing arm development. That we saw Rudy Winkler the other day. Great fucking guy. I love him to death. It's a beautiful family. Yo, man. And the time in his career when this dude was just really aggressive about his career, yo, man, his arms were like something that was out of this world. Now, they represent the extreme of arm development. But I learned that even if my arms did not have to necessarily be the most extremely developed body part like his were, it didn't mean that I was not able to find the thing that looked great for me, and that I was still able to build a career based on my ability to do what I've learned to do very, very well because I'm very passionate about it, you know? So this right here, this is one of those things, brother, that we do. So it's funny because I don't want to sound like one of those guys, do some of these and do some of those, and eventually you'll see it. But if we do 3 sets the way I'm saying, we do 20 reps here, stop, 20 reps there, I guarantee you, man, when you walk away from this thing, you will step in the mirror and you will feel connections that are like, oh, and they will start to, you'll see the poses start to make sense. Yeah. When I turn my elbow down and I'm able to see, because I'm feeling it at the same time. You get me? Mm-hmm. And I'm able to see with my horseshoe, oh, I'm feeling it. I can see, oh, that's, and then I want to come back and do another set. You get what I'm saying? It's that thing. You're putting it together. For years, people would see a bodybuilder training and they say, oh, well, they see him looking in the mirror and they see him doing that dance, and they probably say, oh, well, he's a narcissist. No, I challenge that. I don't believe that. You may see it that way because you don't know everything that's actually going on, and sometimes people have to oversimplify things. But I say all this to make my point. If you do this set of 20 here, you do this set of 20 here, you come over here.
It feels real good.
You'll feel it real good. It will speak to you. But it's my goal, right? Okay, so let's do it that way. Yep. All right, so here. 400 pounds on this thing and barely get 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's go. 1, nice. 2, dang, your triceps are cross-right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, nice. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yes. Let's go. Not done yet. Right into it. Right into it. 1, 2, sit on it. 3, flex is hard. 4, flex is hard. Let's go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Flex your chest too. 11. Let's go. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Let's go. 19. Let's go. 20. Ha! Yes.
It's nice.
Take the hands. Hands on hips most muscular. Right? Roll your shoulders forward. Okay.
You know, I cannot pose for shit.
Okay, so perfect. There you go. You don't have to. So just open up your chest. Let your arms open.
You flexing your lat?
Feel it. Yeah, open it up. But stay here. Yes. Stay here. Feel this. Feel for what you just trained. Feel for what you just put the blood in. Good. Feel that. Okay. Hands forward. So we got these here. Hands forward. You don't feel?
You can feel. I can feel all the blood coming in.
Yes, and that's what this does. There's these things that you can start to, and it's through that. It almost becomes like hands that are there. They become extra sensory.
Yeah.
The blood that you pumped in these areas become the extra sensory. Those nerves, and now you feel it. Flex your tricep, and when you're flexing your tricep here, your hands are here. You're not just extending. You're opening, and you're flexing your tricep through the long head, and it's like your mind now is still coming backwards and forwards from this exercise. You should feel this extra sense of sensory concentrated in that area, and that's what's happening. You're using that to inform while you look in the mirror, and you can see where that area is, and you can see where your delts, your tricep, and your fingers just run around it. Come back over here again, and you're developing this mind to muscle connection. That when the judges and the people and the fans see you later, they don't know what you've done to get it.
Yeah.
You get me? At that time, though, you won't need a mirror. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You've become one. You feel this. You're using your instrument. You know your instrument. You get me?
I feel like you've mastered the art of posing as well.
But this is about connection now. This is about using your instrument.
But the posing can help with the connection.
Those poses are what they're a sculpting tool.
Yeah.
They're part of the sculpting tool. You know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Right? Bang, right into it. Somebody might say to you, you're not well, you're not training hard enough if you can do this set and it doesn't look like you're struggling for it. But this is a mind developing exercise at this time. You're connecting with the muscles that are your instrument. I'm squeezing and flexing. With each rep, I make a way to better understand how my efforts right here translate into a finished product that I've been able to create by thinking and working in a specific way every day, every week, every month. That translates into results in the year. I finish this set, I step back over it, I can feel that. I don't need to, when I put my hands on my hips, I'm still feeling, yes, I'm still feeling it. I feel that. Just like I'm doing that set, I feel that. Somebody would have asked me, okay, wow, the long head of my tricep, that's what that is. The ability to do a most muscular, and imagine how I isolate this muscle and start to bombard it with stimulation. Well, shit, I'm gonna do every close grip exercise that I do, whether it's on a bench, whether it's a push-up, whether it's over here. I'm having a conversation with the development of me. It sounds crazy, but it's not crazy.
It's like spiritual in a way.
Yeah. 20 reps. Let's rock. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. 4, 5. Flex that shit. Let's go. 6. Flex this. Flex it. 7. Flex. Let's go. 8. Feel that. Don't be scared of me. 9. Stay right there. 10. 11. Flex it hard now. 12. Yeah. Command it. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. Let's go. 18. 19. 20. All right, we 5. Good shit. All right. I guarantee you now, you come up over here, you can even close your eyes for a minute. Feel that. Feel for your tricep. Tell me where this is. Feel for that right now. Feel for it. Feel for it. Feel for it. Hold it there. Yes. Now, if you blow down on your abs while you're doing that, it'll become a pose. You get me?
Yeah.
Now, if you take your hands,
what's that pose called?
So hands on hips most muscular. So it's a hands on hip most muscular so this is a most muscular, right? Yeah. But now when you bring them hands to the front, so when I bring my hands to the front, I'm feeling for this. The blood that I just put in there.
Yeah.
When we've gone from here now to here, this, that. So now check it. Because I'm still feeling that, right? And now when I come over here, I'm feeling from the triceps. I got it. I feel that. I'm going down on my abs and finish the pose as a pose. But without that at all, just putting my hands on my waist and opening my shoulders, I'm able to feel my triceps. I feel that those areas where I put blood in my tricep, right? The long head, right? And now, because I can see myself in the mirror from the front, and now when I bring my arm forward, so from bringing here, when I bring my arm forward, I can feel, I take notice of everything that you were contracting here. You get what I'm saying? And it comes over to here. You're feeling it. You're just still feeling this. Right, so I got that. I'm still feeling that. I can feel where I'm able to feel the contraction in my chest. I'm sculpting my physique and I'm using my tools now. You know, when you see me 6 weeks from now, and you see things that are animatedly pushing out from underneath the skin, it's because of this work.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
And I can struggle with trying to explain this to someone that's not doing this. You know, it won't even make sense. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is a connection that is hard to describe unless you are willing to get in the trenches of it. And so if the dude is standing there talking to me about just drugs, numbers, and genetics, And I'm a person like most people that are out there with an endless amount of potential and ability that just doesn't know. You could mislead people by giving them a lie before you even point out to them, yo, man, you will represent an infinite number of possibilities. You know what I mean?
With the connection, a lot of the time it's like you're literally searching for it in the dark. Someone who's never felt it before, no matter how well you try and describe it to them, they still don't know what it feels like. So it's up to them to go to the gym, to experiment, to repeat, play about with it until it's like, oh shit, like that's it. That's what I've been looking for. And if you can find that for every single muscle group in your body, your rate of progress is so much quicker.
Yeah.
It took me 3 years to figure out how to engage my lat. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's an area where it could still do with some improvement.
So that's that personal war. I had a friend that is black belt in karate. I remember he said it took him 20 years of invested effort to learn to learn what he needed to learn in order to get to a place where now he could go out on his own and really, start to begin the process of learning and discovery. I find that every muscle that I train, when I'm training it and I feel connected with it, and I'm able to notice something that's good about it, that when I do it regularly, my whole perception of that, my outlook on it changes. And the ability to see it as something that adds to my physique in ways that when I'm not doing it and haven't been doing it, it just can't compare. So what you just described, I totally relate to what you just said. But I want to add to it that's the same thing that I'm sure you felt when you went from feeling like, damn, I want to improve my back, my lats. And when you were able to start your training and feel your lats activation and actually, oh, wow, that feels good. You're doing it more. And then you're standing there and you're able to observe, the result. One thing that's very intoxicating is positive results. Results like that, it's nothing like working for something and then you see it and it's like just really coming into fruition.
I think that's what got me into the gym. The first few times I went to the gym and I looked at myself in the mirror, I was like, whoa, like that's cool. I want more of that.
I think that's what we all are having a conversation with ourselves about every time we do train. Think about the value of adding this to our lives. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
Harsh lighting in it.
15,
It's all right.
16, 17, 18, 19,
Dramatic.
20. Nice. Yes. Yep. Let's go. Yep. This is an exercise that is specifically for that. 2, 3, 4, 5. 7.
Yes. Come on.
Whoa. Yeah. Come on. That's it. Drive. For you guys at home, anytime your elbows in the front, obviously you know this, but when you elbows in the front, using the peak head to your bicep. That's the number one way to address your peaks. For that person that says, hey man, I want to improve the peak on my bicep, then it's really, really important. I believe that when addressing that, I want to keep anytime I take my elbows from back here and move them from, if you imagine like turning to the side and imagining a straight line, right? Anytime your elbow is in front of that line, there's not only activation of your front delt, but the peak of your bicep. And anytime that elbow is allowed to go back, then it's the longer head. You get me?
So we need to do one with the elbows back.
Yeah, I would.
Do that with a cable.
You can do a cable, you can do a bar, but an incline dumbbell curl, love it.
Yeah.
Being in between my elbows through the back of my body.
Keeping it back.
Yeah. Bicep all day. 2. Bicep all day. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's pretty. 3, 4. That's pretty. 5. Come on. 6, 7. That's pretty. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Right. Come on, 15, 16. Yep. 17. Yep. 18. 19. Yep. Good job.
Triceps.
29. I try to do hammers to start my routine, usually because that is an area of my physique that always has to be addressed. You know what I mean? Just because. So the brachioradialis, this thing, this right here, is like, so yeah, in the opening, I do 3 exercises for that. So to answer your question, yes. If you want to do it today, we can do it if you want.
We'll see if my arms will move after another 20 minutes of this.
You know, that's another part of your arm development that you excel at. That's really...
I rarely do direct forearm training. The forearms have just come from the hammer curls, heavy pull-ups, heavy rows, shrugs. That's it.
One. Let's go. 2, 3. Yep. 4, 5. Nice. 6, 7. Nice. Nice. 9, 10. Come on. 11, 12. Now, funny thing is, technically, we should go up.
In weight.
Yeah, but I know I did that. This rep range, I wouldn't be able to complete anything worth doing on camera. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12. This exercise, though, believe it, I really do feel like it sits right in the bicep, on the nerves. Yeah. It's like, when I'm doing these right, man,
it's the most stretched your bicep is ever going to be.
Because you have the stretch and activation from across the shoulder joint in the shoulder and across the elbow joint. So it's like,
I feel like, I don't know if I want to stick to the 10, but it's going to get a bit pathetic.
oh. It looks good when you do it.
Yeah, the first 4 reps.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Come on. 4, 5. Let's go. 6, 7. Let's go. 8. Nice. 9. 10. Come on. 11. Good shit. I mean, everybody knows an exercise to flex your bicep. Yeah. And cross the elbow joint, putting blood in there, not being focused on just moving a whole lot of weight. Oh, I got a 100-pound dumbbell, and my rep range is this. Not even the movement is not even a quarter of an inch. And
you can make lightweight feel very fucking hard if you do it properly, even if you slow it down a bit.
And really open up, really open up. You know, there's a way to speak that, you know, if you stay in reading your journals and shit, or your certifications, you know, you can talk, and it's like, oh yeah, he's there, you know. But then there's also like a lot of my personal walk in my journey of this experience and putting it together in a way that makes sense for me, like, because I'm not living in that the informed world of journals today, where I can turn around and say, oh, well, you know, sometimes the correct jargon will escape me. But because the feelings are some things that I'm just very familiar with, you know, for 30 years of my personal experience of training, that myself, you know, some things that you don't forget, that immediately when you, like it's one thing to begin to engage you a little bit when we were starting to talk about training and how we're going to do this, but it's something else for me when we just really got into doing the first set and the first rep, and you kind of feel like, oh yeah, this is I'm familiar here. You know, there was a lot of other places in my life I've been where outside of this, you know, probably looked like the most underdeveloped and probably, you know, with the sketchy feelings of feeling adequate and comfortable. But one thing that I learned about, you know, with my training journey is, like, you can get into the groove of doing this. And even if I didn't understand a lot of other complex stuff, when it came to this, I was able to do something that made me feel comfortable, and obviously was able to reward me with a very positive, you know, rush of endorphins, and I was able to feel better about where I was right now, you know. And later I was able to turn that into opportunities that would help me develop in other parts of my life outside of the gym. But this is like, this place, this moment, the ability to get into the exchange and connect with my body, and such a benefit. It's so much of a therapy.
Oh yeah.
You know, that even today, you know, sometimes even when I feel further removed from it and what it meant when I was trying to be a successful athlete.
Do you find it harder training now when there isn't that massive goal of the Olympia?
But see, here's the thing. Your goals are still massive to you. And whether you called it that or not, dude, I mean, you know, there are people that are working toward the achievement of their Olympia and they don't even have a pro card, you know what I mean? And then not within the standards of the organization that we take for granted, you know, as being so important. You know, there's some people that are just looking to try to, you know, just feel better, you know, in the present sense, and kind of gain some sense of control, you know.
You feel like you enjoy it more now because it's kind of less, it's less like work, but more of pure it's like a choice. You're doing this because you just want to do it. It's not like you have to do it.
It's funny because now there's a lot of it that is technically, developing your social media presence and having, millions of followers and having to get views. And, there are times when, it can be a job. And there are times when it really is a job.
Yeah.
I don't think that the pressure is different. I think that because it is what it is, there's almost a lot of times not enough room for the love and the passion of that. Because, but when I'm able to connect with it, it's still a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think now there's other things that become, the things that you have to kind of pay attention to that weren't an issue 30 years ago. You know what I mean? Print media is dead. There was a time when the system was designed where, man, if that's all you want to do, one show a year, and you focus and train and get lost in doing that, and you can come back and make sure that you're able to be held accountable, that 1 or 2 shows a year, well, this thing is just for you. But you got to be at the top.
Mm-hmm.
And that means you can't be cutting corners because if you do, you'll have 1 year, 2 years at this, and then we'll get somebody else. We'll get somebody else. You are. But if you're walking on your own journey and you're looking to develop your own enterprise and you're looking to then every day for you is an opportunity to set some bricks that ultimately will become your kingdom.
Yeah.
And whether or not you were recognized in that place, in that system of things, as a king, you still are always the king of your kingdom, So things are very, very different today, but I think there are times when it is a job.
Yeah.
It is a job, and you have to see it that way because you are responsible. You have to answer to more than just, okay, I want to look good today. Just
because I still and always will enjoy just going to the gym by myself, listening to my music and doing it for me.
Mm-hmm.
At the moment, it's like, oh, you got to make a video or you got to film these exercises.
Mm-hmm.
You got to.
Mm-hmm.
That's not why I do it, but it's part of the job. If you are going to be this person on social media, then you have to be creating content for social media.
Yeah.
But my best gym sessions are the ones when there's no cameras around.
That has always been the case. Even like aspiring to be like a top professional in that game in bodybuilding. Like, the best lifts, the best days where you were like amazing. Those things aren't recorded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The only things that do exist are the things that were recorded.
Yeah.
But for every one thing that was recorded, there's probably 500 opportunities and experiences that weren't. Particularly because social media wasn't king, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And now because it is, there is another way to approach the system of the development of your kingdom, your enterprise, and even I think the way you see your development of your physique and your fitness journey, because it producing content and developing your enterprise, it does influence a lot of the things you do and the way you have to be able to see. But yeah, the times that I'm probably the most proficient at training and the most like in my element is when the camera wasn't there and I didn't have to try to explain, what I'm feeling and I didn't have to be as articulate, and I didn't have to be. There's a lot of times social media you do and you're trying to be really, but at the same time, you have an audience that's not really you and not really what you. So you can be talking about, and you say humorous when you really, where you might have said, femur when you really meant humorous, and then there's a whole audience that will get lost. He doesn't know, and it's like, really? I mean, all right. I mean, I guess for shits and giggles that makes sense. And then there's a you that's like, yeah, man, you might need to shut up and listen. Like, okay, he made a mistake, but the truth is, are you really going to get access to this? Like, you know what I mean? Because the truth is, there's a time when, even as the aspiring athlete, you had to do a lot of work for yourself to put it together, and nobody cared to be able to say, I'm going to take you by the hand and like spoon feed you this. You know what I mean? Like, you had to look what you saw in the magazine, imagine what it could be, and then try to fill in the gaps of as to what you think it would take to get there. You know, now we live in a, you know, you can in 3 seconds you can Google everything. You know what I mean? And what would have taken somebody, you know, 3 or 4 years of effort to find answers to. I mean, research this. I mean, find a way to support myself, quit my job after saving up enough money to go to California where the hub was, you know, where the top guys in that field were doing the damn thing. See if I could kind of somehow impregnate myself into that space, you know, gain the trust of some knowledgeable there within that influence, and bring out my notebook and take notes and work and somehow pay for it in the process, get that information, almost like, you know, going to school to get an education, and then come away with that, and continue my journey progressively to realize some of the things that are important to me with my career. Nowadays, you can just Google it, you know, hey, and you can get a bunch of different approaches to that, you know, or at least in theory, you know, what some people would imagine that approach would be, you know. So it's interesting. It's just more, I don't know. I like being where I'm at now, but there's a lot more responsibility, I think, even to identify what your next steps are going to be in the development. Because your career, your personal development is something that it has to continue to unfold, you know, and you have to decide what that's going to be. This is your opportunity, you know. When you're motivated and excited, and even when you're not, it's still your opportunity, you know. So yeah, it's interesting. All right,
One more tricep?
let's do it. One more tricep. Are you serious?
Why
We
you
only
wanna do
got 3 bicep exercises in there. We got 4. How many triceps? We got overhead extension. We got those push-ups. We got the reverse.
Oh, yeah, that was only 2. Yeah.
I count that as a 1, but then there are times when I do count it as 2, but it's a 1. It really is a 1. So you're right. Let's do. So we just finished the bicep exercise. What do you want to do for tricep? Is there another tricep exercise that, if there were one tricep exercise that you think is
The one I like is
the end all be all?
the cable crossover. I like that one. I love that one. You've done it.
Yeah. What now? Why do you like that one?
For the range of motion, full range of motion, and just how comfortable it feels on the elbow. Like I'm not trying to force myself into this position.
Right.
It's just naturally how my elbows would sit. So lengthen, and then fully lock out and squeeze. I'm not restricted with a rope where I'm maybe only going to here. I can go all the way up to here.
Let's do it. That's what's up. Like a deadlift for your Like, dude, because this, believe it or not, man, that's crazy. I remember being backstage. I mean, believe it or not, the most uncomfortable seat in the show is not ever out in the audience. It's standing in semi-relaxed pose on stage, watching the show. The comparison with the other athletes that are in the top 5, and you're behind them standing in semi-relaxed, and you're not in this. You're not even being compared. You're just watching the show. The funny thing about that position is you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 athletes, the top guys in your show, and you're kind of off to the side, still standing in some relaxed pose and watching the show. There's a time in my life where I thought, this sucks. Hate this. But it was in this position that I got a chance to see some lessons that are very, very helpful, that can inform my perspective when training back on the gym floor. And I feel like right now, when I'm watching you and me doing this, I remember standing semi-relaxed, standing on stage in a moment in my competitive career where things ain't going so well, right? I'm not in the top call out at all, and I'm kind of watching the athletes that are, but I'm watching them from behind, right? I'll never forget, there was this guy, and dude is doing now the judges are in front of them. The fans, the audience, the cameras, the lights are seeing them from the front. And they're doing things like most musculars, they're doing front row biceps or last press, whatever. But now, because I'm off on the side and back, I got a chance to see what they look like from the rear. Oh, what's up, Sonny? What's good? Sneaking up in here. Good to see you, brother. Respect. Thanks for coming in. I got a chance to see them from the rear, and I got a chance to see some stuff that I would have never seen before, and I didn't know that you could see those things. So anyway, I'm saying all of this to say, when they did a most muscular from the front or whatever, there are things that are happening all back through while they're in awesome condition, and because it is in the front, we're thinking if he's doing this, and of course all of this is separated, it's like, oh wow, his body fat is low, water retention is low, it's amazing. But I noticed that from the rear, damn. So doing this here, there's something called, so when you're standing in semi-relaxed pose, I'd never even thought of like connecting my traps, connecting my rear delts, feeling my lats, and then firing through my triceps while activating my glutes, connecting with my hamstrings and flexing my calf. So technically, there's a visual experience that you learn from behind, even when we thought the show to be seen was all in the front. But it's through that I was able to think about this now when I went back into my training myself. And I realized that for everything that I do from the front, there's an opportunity, if there was a camera or a mirror behind me, to take notice of things that are happening from the rear. You know, depending on how I plant my feet, tilt my femurs, tilt my pelvis. Anyway, as we do this, believe it or not, this is a semi-relaxed pose. Even like not a lot of times now we get a chance to see some of the men's physique guys, and they're showing you a little bit of what it looks like to begin that walk with discovering these things that happen from the rear, your connection with your traps and your rear delts, feeling your lats, and then, oh, a tricep. You flex your triceps more effectively with the connection or relationship with your rear delts and your lats. Oh, wow. I feel this. When I do this exercise, I feel those things coming online, and it's just so hard not to walk through all these experiences in my head. I'm like, oh man, this is a beautiful exercise. Is it my go?
That's me.
Oh, sorry. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, 13, 14, 15.
Nice.
Yo, believe it or not, this sits right on the belly of your tricep.
I feel the tension throughout constantly.
Well, you know, it's just like, wow, it's like doing something and then just like feeling like a little bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I really want to thank you for just giving me the opportunity today. We got a chance to mix it up on camera. I appreciate this because this is one of those things that it just helps you to grow and develop in ways that you probably can't articulate today. You may struggle to do it, you know, but these things sow seeds that down the line, even, you know, 2 days, 2 weeks, next year, that become those pearls of wisdom that you can always like pleasurably recall and recount from having an opportunity like we got to do today. We started with those overhead tricep extensions and getting a chance to do those post grip push-ups on the floor. I mean, believe it or not, somebody else might have said, dismiss it as a trivial compound set. But to me, you know, I'm sure that there was benefit because at the end of the day, the last 2 sets, I struggled to actually finish, you know. So yeah, and continuing that, I just thank you again for the opportunity. We've gotten a chance to do something awesome here at Binos One Gym.
I enjoyed doing a few variations as well, like this one. That's a new one I'll be adding. And I never really thought about when you're doing that, the front double bicep, it's not just about the bicep, it's the tricep as well. Your ability to make them look as wide apart as possible.
Yeah.
Never thought about it that way.
Well, I mean, that's because you got the whole sexy thing now. You know what I mean? Definitely, you're speaking to an audience, and you're in your own way making a very big contribution in an effort to giving people information and even a wonderful example of what it looks like to get up, get out, and continue their fitness journey in a way that just makes people. It's relevant. It's relevant more than you know for a lot of different reasons. So I'm great.
Are we gonna be seeing you on stage again anytime soon?
Well, yeah. But you never know when. You know. Yeah. We'll leave that up to you.
Still looking fucking good.
You're very kind. That's what's up. You got Mr. Sexy being all, you know, nice and complimentary. That's what's up. On that note, I guess we're gonna just run up out of here. Thank you for giving us the opportunity today. Binos One Gym. Yo, everybody that's behind the scenes is making this possible. Thank you so much. And I guess, till next time, let's keep it positive. Let's keep encouraging each other.
See you later, guys.
Peace.